Hello, my name is Nicole Figueroa, and the project-based learning unit that I would like to talk about is kitchen chemistry. Um, I enjoy cooking and I enjoy baking and I enjoy making a mess. And making a mess is fun sometimes, especially in the kitchen. I know that when I was younger, I enjoyed being in the kitchen with my mom and making cookies or making cake or brownies, and it was fun to be a part of creating something, creating, being a part of, I made that and I would like to implement that into the classroom. Something as simple as making a cookie creates such beautiful community. Kitchen chemistry can be used in all grades, between kindergarten up to high school. It can be used depending on what you're making. It could be edible, it could be scientific, uh, serums, and depending on your grade is how you modify it. Um, but if we're talking about elementary school kids, this is user friendly for all ages. This unit primarily touches on the subjects of science and English language. In English language, we are learning terminology. We're learning the names of our materials. We are learning the terms of the different movements and the motions that we are using and why we use these motions or why we use these tools and what each tool is for and how it's used, and when we use this tool, okay, what exactly is happening to the materials with inside the bowl. Um, it's also touching on mathematics, because we're going to be focusing and practicing exact measurements. Um, not too little, not too much, but exact measurements in order to create what we want to make. Um, which is really, really fun. I really didn't like math and didn't understand math, but when it came to cooking or when it came to music, it was just like, it was second nature to me, and it became fun for me. And that is something that I want with my students. Um, Kitchen, we're also being familiar with our materials. We're also being uh, practicing and applying our terminology in conversation. It allows us to practice our verbal skills with our students and with our students within each other, building up their vocabulary and also making sure that they understand what they're saying, asking them open-ended questions, allowing them to think or create or be curious about manipulating different variables with inside the um, experiment that we're working on. It's a great way to make create community. It's a great way to create confidence. It's a great way to uh, it's great team building to be able to communicate with your group, um, and allowing them to just think outside the box. Um, what happens if I do manipulate a variable? What would happen if I took this away? Or what would happen if I added a little more? If I added a little more chocolate chips to the cookie dough, what would happen? Well, what if instead of using regular flour, I used almond flour? It's just um, picking and choosing and allowing the minds to just wander and be curious, and encouraging that and allowing them to take that and go home and apply that at home as well. This also allows the students to create a cookbook for themselves, like as a class, just understanding what materials they're going to need, what they're creating, what ingredients are they going to need, how much do they think is going to be needed within um, their recipes, and allows them to be hands-on learners and chemists and bakers and just be creative altogether.